You feel me? Testing mic. 1, 2, jeez.
Back again with more Welches.
Yo, back again with more Welches, man. Welcome to episode 3 of the Walker Pod. Bernie, we back, man.
We back, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We appreciate every single person that has been tuning in and checking out the podcast. We hope you have learned something. We are not experts, but we hope you fuck with the vibes and you catching something.
Feel me? So. Hey, we regular human beings just like them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Providing our perspective. You know what I'm saying? That's why we here. Feel me? Different walks of life, the Walker Pod. That's why we here.
Different walks of life. Yo, speaking of, this is not really related, but like, I woke up today and I was like,
yeah.
I was like, man, what's that one song that like, you wake up and you just, it's like the story of your life, kind of like, yo, this is my mood for the day.
Like a theme song.
Like a theme song. Like you have a theme song?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Like I feel like anybody that consumes music or enjoys music has like that one song that's like, yo, like every time I step out the car, there's a song I hear. Like I step out into the mall, this is a song I hear. Like it becomes my own world. That song for me is More Money, More Problems by Mace and Diddy.
Really?
Yeah.
More Money, More Problems?
Yeah. More Money, More Problems. It's
gonna get flat. I gotta play that. I might have to mute this section. Oh! Damn, you see, this how I really don't know my shit like that, yo. What the what? That's how it go? Or that's the gay version?
Well,
hey man, I don't have nothing against
the gay version.
I don't have nothing against. I might have to turn his peaks down.
My bad.
Clip it. Hold up,
y'all.
Bear with us. Bear with him.
Y'all saying bear.
But now, so like I said the wrong words though.
Nah. You ain't say the wrong. Out? The original song, the original sample of that song.
In an original?
That's what they say. I'm coming out. I don't know if Mace
says, one. Oh no,
the Mace one is like now.
You said me. I'm an old school dude.
Tell me who rock, who sell out in the store. Tell me who cop the new drop.
No, I feel that.
That's a classic for me, like absolutely. But yeah, what's that song for you, bro? What's that song for you?
Like
so much. It's so
I feel like I don't. What's that song for me?
It could be a few. It doesn't have to be one. So it could be a few.
Hold you. I mean, recently I've been rocking with that new Quavo
joint. Ooh.
And I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like when I wake up, I'm playing. Hold on, let me put something on.
Yeah, let's look up
What's
that
the title?
song.
I'm bugging.
Shout out Quavo to his new drop.
Now. I should remember this title, but it's called Focus.
Oh,
I must stay focused on these big bank rolls. I can't trust these hoes. No, that's my theme song right now for the month. I feel like my theme song changes every. It cycles out. But like for this month, I'm going with that, man. Like,
sure. I mean, you got so much music coming out that if it doesn't cycle, then it's kind of strange, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm sure there's more than one, you feel me, for everyone. I feel like everybody got a few songs that's like kind of like a theme for them, you know?
Yeah, I feel like my themes are based on the moods. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I can go through my moods, and if I'm really feeling moodish, I might throw some Future on, you know what I'm saying?
This man is a Future fan.
I feel him. All right, I know he still feel for Ciara, right? I know that pain, brother. I know the pain, bro. Don't worry. But yeah, bro, that's my theme song.
That's fire.
It be changing.
That's fire. Focus. Nah, you've been locked in too, so I already know like you resonate with that song so much because you just been tapped in. You've been tapped in, but.
Yo, for those that don't know, Kevin is an artist, by the way.
I'm an artist.
I'm sure we probably never like really discussed what we do.
We don't discuss it. Yeah, I'm an artist, a songwriter. You know what I'm saying? I produce, I dabble and produce as well. You know what I'm saying? Trying to grow in that, man. And you know what I'm saying? I need to develop my voice a lot more, but working on that as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like I just love expressing myself through creating music. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's why I call myself an artist. Burn.
I own an oil company.
Wow. That probably peaked crazy. I was looking at the mic like,
oil rigs, Try not to talk about it too much sometimes. Doesn't get like in the gray areas, you know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, bro.
Nah, I'm lying, yo. But hire me. I could be on TV, man. I'm probably winning an Oscar out here. Or Oscar and a Grammy. You feel me?
Absolutely.
But like, I'm a musician. I feel like I can't really say I play a lot of instruments because I dabble. You feel me? Like I have the ear to like hear certain things, and I can adapt and play it. But I'm not like the world's craziest pianist or guitarist or bassist. You know what I'm saying? I can make do what it do. I can make it. I can make it happen. So I produce. I also engineer, photography, videographer, video director, video producer.
Yeah.
Shit.
Man.
I like to think I'm a dancer.
Why you laugh?
Why you laugh? Like, what's so funny about that? You don't think I can dance?
Watch, right here.
Bring it back. Oh, shit. Yo, like, it gotta be the right moment. I'll throw some crazy dance moves. But, that's what we're creatives, honestly.
We're creatives, man.
Creatives, just
World Walkers, the movement. World Walkers.
But like, okay, are you working on anything right now?
Yeah, man. I feel like we just dropped them green light on Instagram. I've been dropping on Instagram and TikTok. Focused really focused solely on dropping for Instagram and TikTok. You know what I'm saying, for y'all. You know what I'm saying, and all of those songs are ultimately being developed. For a project or a single. So yeah.
What is that process like? As an artist, like what's like, I feel like a lot of people feel the need and the burden to like, I gotta constantly push out content.
Yeah.
And like you've been making music for some time,
Absolutely.
It's been
over 10 years for sure.
So I'm sure you've been through the emotions, all of that, the roller coasters and the rides of social media, going on, going off.
Ridiculous.
So like at this point of your artistry, like how do you feel about social media, like when it comes to like releasing music? Like how do you think it's like helping you?
Personally, I feel like it's a challenge, because like if you're not used to constantly releasing music all the time, then I feel like you can feel the pressure of I have to do this all the time now. You know what I'm saying? When you're not necessarily used to it. And I feel like I'm caught in between both. Like I do love putting out music, but I don't like putting out music that I feel like it's not genuine to like where I'm at the moment. Like especially if I'm gonna promote it and put it out there, like I feel like I'm my brand, right? So if I'm my brand, like the music has to resonate with me as well as resonate with the people that's listening to it. You know what I'm saying? So if it doesn't really resonate with me, it's like, why put this out, But I feel like artists are put in a position to put out shit that they don't necessarily connect with. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of keeping up with the algorithm, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's helpful in the sense that it challenges me and keeps me in the space of like, keep creating, and I think that's healthy for a creative because the only way that you sharpen your tools by constantly creating. But I do also feel like, as an artist, do not rush your process, I think that process for me looks different because I'm personally like not into, dropping for the sake of Instagram and TikTok, But I've tried to mold that model to look more like what I think is a more healthy way to, put out music. Nice. And I think for me is like I'm still being patient with my process while I'm, trying to ultimately, keep a pace. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like yeah, pace is important, man. Pace is important, and I feel like it ultimately is pushing me to be like, like, don't forget to create today, And I think that's healthy, So it's a healthy pressure to push me to sharpen my tool, man, and just stay on top of it, And I do feel like I need more development, so I feel like that's important. So yeah, that's the pro to it. The con to it is Like, y'all just putting out shit that y'all don't connect with at all. You know what I'm saying? And therefore, a lot of people are not connecting with it, you know, or it's not as, you know, worth it to them or meaningful to them. You know what I'm saying? And nah, bro, like art should be meaningful in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, for me, I'm big on like the energy of music.
Absolutely.
I feel like I just can't really just make something and just put it out. I mean, I can, but it doesn't feel right to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't try to force shit. Especially with my music and like creating beats. Like, I know there's a lot of producers out there that can like crank out thousands of beats, blah, blah. I mean, for me, it's hard because like I'm doing like thousands of other creative stuff. So like, I just can't sit down and just like crank out beats. I'm thinking about videos to edit, like other shit. So
the video
for me,
ideas,
like music really comes to me like in moments type shit. I mean, like I can always dive into it and get the inspiration to make something fire. Like always, that's it's there in the head.
Yeah.
But like I don't always feel the need to like, I gotta post this or like please this, please. Because I mean honestly, I don't really have a like fan base like that. So like who the fuck am I pleasing? So like
sure.
I have like, you know, like the advantage. I have the advantage of taking my time and releasing what I feels like is right, you know, in my heart, you know what I'm saying? Whatever connects with me, that's when I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna drop that, yeah. But I'm not gonna be like, I need to get more likes, get more, nah. I'm making stuff to like people like it, like they feel it, not to like for them to just click likes. Nah, I want you to hear I want you to feel something.
Yeah.
Like, yo, feel something, you feel me? That's why I'm making this, like,
that's
for
real.
feelings, that's it.
That's real. I mean? That's real. I think, yeah, man. How do you, wow, that's dope. I feel like, how do you feel like, what do you feel like the state of the music industry is today because of what it's evolved to? Like, what does the music industry look like in 2023? And like, is it growing? Is it better? Or is it for the worse? Social media.
There's enough money out there. I'll say that. If we're talking about like financial aspect of the music industry,
right? There's enough for everybody.
There's enough for everybody. There will always be enough for everybody. Creative side, I feel like there's been a little pause on for me, like, or just hearing like creative type of music, just things that are different, people just trying new stuff. I mean, I feel like it's slowly getting there, but like we've just been hearing a lot of the same things, like a lot of recycled sounds. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
A lot of recycled sounds. So I don't know. For me, I'm still waiting to hear something fresh, something new. But I mean, the state right now, it's. I mean, we're all just in one. We're on a little loop right now. Like we're just vibing off of the same thing, like over the same thing. Like I feel like we haven't had that moment where there's been like, I guess, events of like different music or crazy type of music coming out that we're intrigued, or we're like, oh, check this out. Right. I mean, there's been like a few singles that's fire, a few albums here coming out here and there, but I feel like we're stuck. We're stuck. And that's mainstream music. We want to talk about independent music. That's different. Like that's a whole other. They're on the uppity up. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
They're getting innovative with it. Like I see a lot of people on, like they're making companies where you can like subscribe. Like musicians are becoming like YouTubers now. Like you can subscribe to their website where like, oh, I'll release exclusive music to you like 2 weeks before. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like mainstream is kind of stuck. So it's kind of, if you're independent, it's hard to get in that level. But independent people are making their money, man. They're going. They're going. They're finding ways. They're finding opportunities. They're finding different avenues to get that money.
No, absolutely. And it kind of segues me into this like next question or this next thought, right? I was watching this clip, Earn Your Leisure. I believe his name is Rashid. Rashid on Earn Your Leisure was Yo Gotti. They were having a podcast with Yo Gotti, and Rashid says that he believes that there's no such thing, as a bad deal, and you were just talking about how like, so far as like independent artists is concerned, it's like they are making their money, but it's still hard for them to break into the mainstream. You know what I'm saying? But regardless of it being hard for them to break into the mainstream, they can still make their money. So like with that being said, is his statement kind of true? Like, is there no such thing as a bad deal? Or is it just about how you work, your deal? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you, to be honest. That's kind of facts. Hold up. This is good. Cause
this is good. Let me hear this.
A lot of people hate 360 deals.
Yes.
Why?
I feel like because they feel like, well, a 360 deal is a label getting a percentage of everything you're doing. Everything. So what
does the artist get from it?
I mean, the artist, it's just a percentage. So, I mean, the artist does still get a percentage, but I believe the label gets a majority percentage. You know what I'm saying? The artist ultimately gets, obviously, a huge budget, you know what I'm saying, to do whatever they want to do. I assume, I don't know how a lot of these deals come out, and I know every deal is different, ultimately.
The reason why I'm saying, yeah, I'm agreeing that no deal is no bad deal.
And when we say deal, y'all, we're talking about like artists, and any artist, independent, you know what I'm saying? Well, any type of artist signing to a record label, signing a deal with the record label. That's what we're talking about. So there's no such thing as a bad deal. That's the statement.
Yes, my bad. I'm sending a text, yo.
No, you great. You great, man.
My bad.
No, you're great. You great, man. But yeah, man. The perspective, like, I feel like you agree that, you ultimately agree that there's no such thing as a bad deal.
Yes.
And the perspective is that anyone that accepts a 360 deal, or like what we would consider there's tons of different types of contracts, obviously, but a 360 deal is labeled like the bad deal, the terrible deal, the slave deal. That's what a 360 deal is considered, right? But there's no such thing as a bad deal. There's no such thing as a bad deal when it so far as like signing as an artist to a label is concerned, right? Why is that? Why is there no such thing as that? A bad deal. Like, I feel like it really just depends on the person, for real. But like, is there really no such thing as a bad deal?
I mean, in my opinion, no, there's no such thing as a bad deal, because you really have to look at the deal and what it entails.
Right.
If I'm an artist that's looking for a $40 million contract and I get like some type of 360 deal that's like not even offering me that, of course I'm gonna think it's a bad deal. Sure. Like, definitely.
Absolutely.
But if I'm an artist that's, I'm hungry, I'm young, and I write the contract, and I agree with them, whatever label taking 90%, 80%, whatever the percentage might be.
Right.
To them, it's not a bad deal. So it really depends on, I guess, the status of your artistry and what you think you deserve on the contract. Sure. That's what really determines a bad deal. Like, a bad deal is determined on what you think you deserve, I guess. But a deal is a deal. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you like it, you like it. But a deal is a deal. I don't think there's like a bad deal, or to you it's bad. To somebody else, that shit is great.
Do you feel like the streaming age, because I don't think it's just social media, I think it's also this age of streaming that we're in. Like, so for me growing up, like I'm gonna make myself sound so old right now, but for me growing up, like I used to like wait to hear that a song was coming out or a project was dropping, and I would either pre-order it on iTunes or you know what I'm saying, or for other people that were into, you know what I'm saying, doing different things. If you know about LimeWire, then if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? For the times that we didn't have the bread to buy the album, you know what I'm saying? But if you were a fan of an artist, you know, growing up, you know, early 2000s, 90s, late 90s, you were definitely purchasing albums for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like we would anticipate and, you know, just like getting into this whole topic of the music industry, we would anticipate, you know, music coming out. Like, I feel like there was a different type of anticipation back then, you know, because our access to it was so limited, you know, and maybe that plays a part in like the dilution of music right now, because I do feel like it's a little diluted right now.
You know, I mean, it's easily accessible.
Like, right.
And people can still, you know, torrent shit, download it. And like that connection that artists have with their fans, I mean, it doesn't really exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I think before we got cut off, I was saying how independent artists, like they're the ones that's like finding innovative ways to connect with their fans, make money and stuff like that. Absolutely. I mean, the mainstream people, they still have to deal with like label stuff and, you know, shit like that. But
for sure,
independent people are really finding a way to connect. I remember I was watching a podcast, Audio Nerds podcast, Devon Terrell, and he was saying how dope it would be if a company like Spotify, created something for artists where, let's say, like Drake is about to release a single.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks before the single drops, like specific fans, like, you know, fans that pay for this service, they can access the song early and get access to, like, I don't know, maybe certain merch or, you know, shit like that.
Wow.
And the artists will get that percentage, you know what I'm saying? Like, right. You know, but they're not gonna really allow that, you know? They taking the money. They're not really trying to feed the artists, you know what I'm saying? But that should be something between the artists and their fans. Like, let them connect. Let them have that, you know?
No, for sure. I think that would be really dope. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're creating like a new way for a more mainstream artist to have more of a personal connection, you know what I'm saying, with their fans, you know? And I feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like having a personal connection with your fans is such a huge aspect of being an artist, because like I feel like people ultimately listen to music because they've created a personal connection. Whether they you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna say whether they like it or not because it sounds like some mind control. You feel me? But like, no cap, like I do ultimately feel like some artists, you know, have that type of effect on people, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, like it could be good, you know, if the artist, you know, has a dope message and is worried about the way that they're influencing, you know, people, you know, I feel like that's a pro, absolutely, you know, but yeah, man, you know, like, selling records looks so different right now because of all of that. You know, we have social media that's supposed to connect us more, but there's more of a disconnect, you know, and then you have streaming that's like, as long as you're paying monthly for this service, you can listen to as much music as you want, you know, to the point that like, for me, like, I don't know.
But it
kind
of helps though, because we everybody got money.
Yeah, man.
Damn, man, the devil don't want us to succeed.
They don't want us to get this pot off, but we gonna get it off.
All types of shit happening. Crazy text messages. Folks don't want to talk about situations and feelings, man.
You feel me?
Anyway.
It's weird things
going on,
What was I saying?
Man.
I mean, you was talking about how much, you know, it helps us too. You know, streaming also helps us as well.
I mean, it kind of helps, you know, the broke people. Not everybody got bread to be buying. Not everybody got bread to be buying albums. It's like $10.99, $11.99.
But you know,
at the same time, I wish the algorithm or the portion that artist receives was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it balanced. Just make it balanced. That's at the end of the day, make it balanced.
Because Spotify and iTunes and all them niggas titles,
paying cents.
They giving 360 vibes too. And
oh yeah.
Well, in this case, I do understand, you know, the perspective that like Spotify is giving you, you know what I'm saying, even though you do pay for like a what's that called? like a distro. So you pay for a distro, whether it be United Masters or DistroKid. You know, I believe there are a few others. You know what I'm saying? But those are like some of the top two that are being used currently. You know, so you pay for your DistroKid.
Overheating again.
It's overheating again?
I see the red.
Damn. You pay for, I don't understand what's going on with the equipment right now, but we're gonna get this off, man. You know, you pay for your distro and then you know, you upload your music. So I understand that it's like we're not really doing much so far as like running the streaming platform or the service is concerned. You know what I'm saying? So I do understand them ultimately getting their just due for, you know, hosting the artists. You know what I'm saying? Spotify, iTunes, all of these people, Apple Music, you know, hosting every artist, you know, on their platform. You know, I get it, you know. But at the same time, I do believe that, like you said, there should be more of a balance. You know, there should be more of a, like, what you're bringing is valuable to, you know what I'm saying? But then again, it's every artist bringing valuable, you know, music to, you know, to these platforms, you know?
That's a great
and is that
too.
Determined based on, like, what is that determined by? Is that determined based on, like, how many motherfuckers is bumping this shit? Or is it just based on, like, what you I believe is based on what the artist feels. You know what I'm saying? Because as an artist, like, it's your art. Like, it's a white canvas, you painted on this is your expression, you know? Somebody's gonna see what you see and someone else might not see the value in it, you know? But that doesn't determine value for me, you know? But to these business people that have these businesses, to them, you know, something might be more valuable or less valuable depending on, you know, what they can get out of it, you know? And I think from a business perspective, I can't be mad. But, you know, from an artistic, you know,
business will always be a business, bro. Like, they gotta make their money.
They got to.
You gonna be mad? Like,
yo, like,
they gotta be. If I have a business, like, I'm gonna be finding ways to make money too. I'm not trying to like screw people over, but like,
right.
But like, if I sign somebody, like, yeah, I'm trying to take most of the bread. I'm gonna sign you and I'm gonna give you most of the money. The fuck? Like, I'm not that nice. Like, it's a business, guys.
Absolutely,
come on.
Absolutely.
If you don't like it, hey man, start your own business. That's really life. Like, bro. That's really life, bro.
You know, so there's this one artist named LaRussell.
Can't be too greedy, yo, man. You know what it is, bro? We're not satisfied. I feel like artists are not satisfied with honestly with the amount of money they have.
Sure.
Cause like, yo, like, first of all, you're making millions and millions. All right, at the same time, I understand that, yes, it's greedy for labels to, you know, take something that belongs to you.
Sure.
I understand that aspect for sure. Like, don't get me wrong, I understand that. But if you're an artist and you feel that way, like, first of all, like, read the contract. Before you sign, it was clear that at least, I own your masters. You're getting this much, you're getting this. It was written. I'm sure if it's not written, you can take them to court easily and sue their ass. If it's not written, it's that simple.
Right.
But if it's written and at some point you feel like, oh, no, I want more money than that, then you're getting greedy because you read the contract and said you're getting this much, boom, boom, boom. So that's why I feel like, they're not satisfied. Because, me, if I've read the contract, if I know, all right, they have my message to, like, I don't know, like whatever the contract says.
Yeah.
And if I signed it, then I have an agreement that, yes, I know this is going to happen. I know they have this. I know they own this. And I know I'm making this. So at some point, I can't get greedy and be like, oh, nah, like, blah, blah, blah. I want this back, now I want this. I signed the contract. If I didn't want that in the future, I don't sign.
Yeah.
Don't sign. So, like, if you feel like you want more money, like, you need more money, like, you're making millions already. Like, go invest in something and get more money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Different ways to get more money. Different ways. So,
absolutely.
Like, I feel like if that's the aspect when it comes to the contract that what they want to change, like, don't get greedy, man. Like,
You're making enough. You're good. You're good. Money's not everything. You're good.
Right.
You're good.
So you think it ultimately comes from, you think it ultimately comes from like the perspective that like people feel like they just not gonna be satisfied with a little bit. Like you think, like you, and I kind of agree with that because I feel like nobody in the music industry or most industries that we, see today are not satisfied, so because they're not satisfied, it's going to be constant. It's going to be constant, like, it's going to be a constant chase of I have to continue to, get more and more and more and more and more. You know what I'm saying?
Chasing after something.
Because if I don't have more, then I don't fulfill the image that I portray ultimately. Because I think, and it's crazy because in Earn Your Leisure with Yo Gotti, when they were talking to Yo Gotti, they were talking about how you can't be a successful artist without having an ego. What's your take on that? What's your take on that, bro?
You can't be a successful artist without having an ego.
He said every artist has an ego as well. You can't be a successful artist without having an ego. That's tough for me, man. That's personally tough.
I really had to think on that. That's why my head was like, I really had to contemplate. You can't be a successful artist without having an ego. I feel like there is a point in that. Now my question is, does every successful artist have an ego?
I mean, I would like to say.
I think so.
You think I have an ego? Well, I'm not a successful artist yet, so
at least have an ego.
At least in my opinion, I'm not a successful artist yet.
Because I feel like it's not having an ego in the sense of, oh hey, I'm the shit, I'm all that. It's having an ego in the sense of, yo, I'm this person. I have to keep an open mind. I have to keep my mind open. I have to keep my creativity open. I have to know that, yes, I've made it. So yes, now I gotta be that, I gotta be him. You know what I mean? I gotta be her, she. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ego will sustain your career. If you don't have that mindset, then you're gonna fall off.
Yeah.
To some extent, like really, it's not like having an ego like, oh, I'm the shit. Nah. It's like, you're not broadcasting it. You're realizing that yo, oh nah, yeah, I am something now. So I low key gotta represent. I gotta do me.
But I feel like confidence is more important than ego in my opinion. Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Not to be biblical with the shit, you know what I'm saying? But pride comes before the fall, And
is ego the same thing as pride?
I feel like ego is connected to pride, and I feel like pride comes out of ego because I feel like your ego tells you that you deserve something. Well, not that you deserve something that you don't have.
Does it tell you that though? Does ego tell you that?
I don't know. Or I feel like ego says
pride tells you that. I feel like it's a real thin line between ego and pride. Like it's, you know what I mean? Cause I feel like somebody can have an ego about, who they are, but at the same time they're not prideful. They're like, but I feel like I gotta go to Webster Dictionary and
comment.
And find yo, what does ego mean?
Let us know in the comment section.
What does ego mean to y'all?
Pride and ego is connected, and if an artist does a successful artist need to have an ego in order to be successful? Comment your thoughts.
I'm thinking about ego, and I'm thinking about all these words like egotistical, and then like saying it like that sounds crazy. You
That's
know
what I'm saying.
Like,
I feel like ego doesn't have a positive connotation.
It does not. We might have to rephrase it. And do I have an ego? Nah,
Fuck.
Do you feel like you got it? I don't feel like you got it.
I don't know.
I feel like you're very confident about
your ability to do what
you're capable of doing.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you might have to clip all that I said because I said a whole lot of nonsense.
Let's. I understand what you mean so far as the mindset is concerned.
Yeah, you know what? I low-key forgot about confidence, and confidence is definitely different from ego. Have confidence. Have confidence. Don't be egotistical. Have confidence.
Yo, this shit trying to overheat on us again.
No way. All right, so like, comment, subscribe because the camera is bugging. Man, I don't know why.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, give us your thoughts on. Crazy. It's still going crazy, man. Not sorry.
What ego means to y'all?
But what ego means to y'all? Like, comment, subscribe. You know, ultimately, you know, we're discussing the state of the music industry in 2023. You know what I'm saying? And where we believe it's at. And I ultimately believe, you know, it's progressing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, there's just a lot more work to be done when it comes to like the art, the music business.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done when it comes to that.
A lot of work.
You know, but it doesn't mean there's no hope. You know what I'm saying? And I do believe that you know what I'm saying, there's still an opportunity for real art to be put on display. Not saying that people that's putting out shit out right now, it's not authentic, real art, but you know, I do feel like there's a thin line between entertainment and like, you know, genuine art as well. You know what I'm saying? But that might be another conversation for another day. You know what I'm saying?
So, also leave comments, man. Like, let us know what y'all want us to talk about.
Leave comments below about
this is the
other
Walker
topics.
Pod. We're discussing.